everybody, Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
All right, we're back. We're back. I know you missed us. I know you missed us.
I missed you.
Thank you, Case. I'm sure. I hope somebody missed us. It's hard to do these things, as our guest will attest to. We'll talk to him about that. But welcome in, guys. Thank you for tuning into the So Smokin' Gooder Show. It's been about 3 weeks or so since we did one, but we're happy to be back. We are doing, Case, a 5-part series. Can you believe that? This is week 1.
5 parts.
Of a series.
You're feeling pretty confident that we can pull off 5
We
parts.
will. We will. I think I'll be here for 5 weeks.
You will.
I
yes,
hope.
I have full plans for 5.
I hope you will as well. But yeah, week 1 of a 5-part series. Tonight we've got a great guest, 2 great guests that are going to be kicking off this series. But before we get to any of that, let me introduce myself. My name is Robert Roach, and I'm coming to you from the Bullhorn headquarters in Cypress, Texas. Thank you for joining us tonight. I see my boy Tony Tanache is already in the comments. This guy,
Top fan Tony.
Top fan Tony. That voice you hear on the other side of me is my show partner, Mr. Case Hahn. What is up, Case?
I'm good. Other side isn't like an hour away from you, but hey, close enough. In the world of the interwebs,
That's right.
We are in the same room, buddy.
That's right. Toast. How are you? Doing all right?
I'm good, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, busy time. Katie starts preschool tomorrow, so
Nice.
I don't think you understand the stress of having to fill out a questionnaire about your kid to go to Catholic school tomorrow.
Nice. What's up, Roddy and Bill and Phil? I don't know. Phil's in there. Phil led off the show. That was awesome. Thanks, Phil, for doing that as always. But before we get to our guests, I got a couple of things to touch on. I was hyping the Texas Pitmasters virtual showdown. Not only that, I had a lot of back work doing, I had to pair all these guys together and do all that, make sure they wanted to do it, get some info on them. And then Facebook, I might get banned. I shouldn't even say that, but
Yeah. We're going to do the show on Twitter.
FB, they shut me down. They said, no polls, no online polls for any business pages or
you were going to be spreading
pages.
Misinformation.
I was going to spread a lot of misinformation. The Russians were probably poised to join our Pitmaster showdown. But anyway, so that, guys, unfortunately, I had to postpone because that'll come back. Once there we go. Look, there we go. Big time. Postpone. Look over here. There you go.
He was crushed. You were crushed.
I was crushed.
He called me like 3 times in a row, and I thought there was a major emergency, but it was really just the non-polling allowing of Facebook and the misinformation.
Yeah, it might have to move to Twitch. That's right, Tony. I may have to move to Twitch. Although, isn't that just like a gamer channel? I have
no idea, but we're gonna need all 5,500 of y'all to move to Twitch, and I'm not even sure what the hell Twitch is.
I don't know either. Are you on TikTok? Are you a TikTok guy, Case?
Hell no.
I mean, you are on TikTok. I don't know if you know that or not.
Are you gonna play?
I'm gonna play there's. So, Case,
between that one and Phil, we got both of those out way early in the night.
We did.
We are setting a world record pace at this point.
We did. Yeah. Look, people are laughing. I like it. It makes me smile when I see that. No, you're not on TikTok. I haven't posted that to TikTok, but if you give me the blessing, let's do it. Epic fail. Your partner, Wally. Appreciate that. So I'm cooking this weekend. First time I'm cooking in a month. My second one in 2 months. Our next guest doesn't know what that means, I don't think, right now. One of the busiest guys out there. But Case, are you ready for some football? I see. What's this blue lot suck thing behind you?
Yes.
I know. Let's get this out of the way before we get to our guest.
I just want to spread the good word. First off, tailgating is back. The Texans are still undefeated. We have. I was at training camp. We have a real quarterback. We have one guy who's still on the sidelines wearing a beanie. Not really sure why. It's hot. But tailgating is back. I can't wait to see my good friend Rob, like 8 weekends a year in the yellow lots. Right, Rob?
No, I am not going to be there every weekend this year. I am going to take a step back. I'm going to go maybe 2, 3. I don't know. I told you earlier, my appearances or my attendance will be reflective on the product of the field. Did Deshaun do anything? Is he even throwing the football over there? What's he doing?
Who? I don't even know who you speak of.
Exactly. All right. Well, enough of that. We're going to get to our first guest. So real quick, the series that we're doing is we're pairing a KCBS American Royal, a professional. The guys that I'm going to bring on for the next 5 weeks, all these guys have a lot of KCBS events under their belt. They've been to the Royal. They've been there, done that. They know what to expect. I want to get into some like preparations for the Royal, see what they do differently, because we have a lot of new Texas teams that are actually going to go up this year. So I'm excited to see that. And I want to get 2 perspectives, one from somebody that's been there and done that, and a newbie. Later in the bottom half of the hour, we're going to have John Barton from Barton's Barbecue. He's a relatively new cook to the Texas scene, I think a couple years in, but he's also making his first trip to the Royal. So let's bring on our first guest, Mr. Chris Schafer. What's up, Chris? I don't see you. Hold on. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Do you see him, Case?
No. So I have connection issues. Come on, little spinny guy. Come on.
I'm gonna bring. There he is. There, he was just there. There he goes. What's up, Chris?
I think I'm ready to move rooms. My connection told me to eat shit. So
it's the same excuse I make when I don't want to be on the show. So.
You guys hear me?
Chris said, "We can hear you. Yes, and we're seeing you."
Yeah, I'm moving.
There it was. You see that comment? They said you're saying I'm out. You heard the first 10 minutes and you said, "Screw it, I'm gone."
Yeah.
Well, this
I'm
is
probably
Chris
not
Schafer.
the first guy to do that.
No,
I tried to do it on a regular basis.
Yeah,
yes.
was trying before the show.
Yes.
Let me introduce you guys. This is Chris Schafer from Heavy Smoke Barbecue, a really well-established KCBS cook. I think we're going to get to where he cut his chops in barbecue. But how you doing, Chris? Thanks for joining the show, man. We do appreciate it. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm good, man. Just staying busy. Obviously, getting ready for a comp this weekend.
What part of the country do you call home? I don't know these things. No one tells me. I don't have no notes for this show.
It's easy to say St. Louis, but I'm in O'Fallon, Missouri, just outside of St. Louis.
Do you know where? Do you know what O'Fallon, Missouri is? Have you ever been to O'Fallon, Missouri?
I have not been to O'Fallon, Missouri. I've never even been to St. Louis. I've not been to St. Louis yet.
I'm trying to think.
Are
you a Cardinals fan?
Yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan, but it might make you happy to know I'm a Cowboys fan. Right. At least it's Texas.
Oh, wow. Oh,
it's not Houston.
Good Lord, this is a great start.
That is not going to make us happy, but that's cool. It's cool. Before we get into Chris, introduce yourself, man. Tell everybody who you are. What you're on? You're on basically a Texas barbecue show. A lot of guys out here are Texas cooks. They do come in to watch, but we are going to introduce some KCBS cooks. So let's hear it, man. Introduce yourself, please.
So this may make you happy. I was born in Texas, so I was born in Arlington.
That's kind of it. That's Oklahoma, but we just can't sell it to them.
Hey, man. At least I remember when I was young. At least I was south the Red River. So
correct. I'll give you that.
But so I was born in Arlington. So we moved to St. Louis when I was like 3 years old. But I started cooking about 2011. Cooking on another guy's team, just doing chicken for him, and get a couple calls here and there. Nothing real spectacular. And 2014, I had a scheduling conflict with him and went off and cooked one on my own, and I RGC'd it. And so kind of never looked back from there. I cooked all St. Louis Barbecue Society with a couple KCBS peppered in for the first couple of years, and I've really hit KCBS hard the last few years.
What is the St. Louis? Yeah, what's the St. Louis Barbecue Society?
So the rules and everything run just like KCBS. Scoring's real similar, judging similar, and it's more local. Kansas City Barbecue Society really couldn't get into St. Louis because the health department and the health codes and stuff was crazy. They wouldn't sanction competitions, and so the SLBS kind of said, "Hey, we can step in and do that and try to work within the rules of the health departments." For a bunch of years, we had to get health permits and get inspected at every competition in St. Louis, and that kind of went to the wayside. But I mean, it's a smaller sanctioning body. They're going to do 10, 15, maybe 20 competitions a year. They're all JAT qualifiers, Royal qualifiers. The big difference is it's kind of all those local guys. Like, you kind of cook against the same 40, 50 teams every weekend. There's some really great teams that cook SLBS, have crossed over and won KCBS comps. And some are even, making toy runs this year, like, Triple H won SLBS Team of the Year last year, and now he's out. I think he's 15th in the country for KCBS. So got some good teams crossing over.
Nice. You were also an SLBS Team of the Year, right? What year was that?
That was 2019. I was second or third for SLBS Team of the Year for like 4 straight years, and I just decided I was gonna buckle down and try to win that thing. And I got hot in KCBS in 19. And looking back, I wish I would have cooked more KCBS because I split between the two sanctioning bodies, which, as you know, makes it real hard to make a points chase in either one.
Right.
But I won SLBS Team of the Year, and I think I finished 19th for KCBS Team of the Year that year.
Wow. You were
what
double
do you think
dipping.
In the St. Louis area, what do you think the flavor profile is? I mean, do you try to classify it? Is there something that you're shooting for that maybe you've seen us, or you ran into some different cooks? What do you think is different about your flavor profile there?
Well, I cook the same no matter where I go. I mean, I've done well in South Carolina this year with the same stuff I'm running in Kansas City and St. Louis and things. But, I think St. Louis is kind of a melting pot, man. Like, it kind of doesn't have its own identity like maybe Kansas City does or Texas does. And so we've taken the good things from all the barbecue across the country and put it all together into St. Louis barbecue. And that's almost kind of become our signature, is the best of all worlds.
Are the judges certified? What am I saying? There you go. Are they certified judges over there?
Yeah, so the St. Louis Barbecue Society has they do their own judges program, and I used to be on the board of directors for the SLBS, and I would be the one that would bring teams in, and we would bring like the teams that won Team of the Year in each category from the year prior in to cook for the judges classes, so that the judges were getting top-notch stuff, and a lot of those judges that judge SLBS will also be KCBS judges, and they can kind of go back and forth, whatever's in the area.
So just fact finding. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, it's still 4 meat category. Time window is the same as KCBS.
They give you 6 minutes before and 6 minutes after, but that's literally like the only difference.
The same 30-minute time window betwing each meat.
Yep.
You got some people out here.
St. Louis. He said hookers and meth. I told you guys are missing out in St. Louis. I think we're number 1 in murders and STDs. You guys should come visit.
Wow.
Wait, what kind of party town is that? I thought they were just known for being having the highest attendance of the XFL. That's what I knew about St. Louis.
Not only on the board.
We loved the Battlehawks.
Yeah, they weren't as good as the Roughnecks, I can tell you that much, but you had a lot of people. I can give you that. Yeah, you did sell a lot of tickets.
Yeah, not only was he on the board of the SLBS, apparently he's on the
team.
City Council too. Couldn't keep
We
an
had
NFL.
world famous people on tonight.
Yeah, we know about not keeping an NFL team, which sadly sucks. But anyway, so you started. You said you kind of transferred into 2019, or were you doing some KCBS prior to that? Because
before,
2019 was a big year for you.
Yeah, 2014 is when I started Heavy Smoke. Before that, I was cooking with my buddy Cole as the team Cole Sweet Heat. And I think I won my first GC in 15, which is an SLBS. And then I cooked maybe anywhere from 2 to 6 KCBS a year along with the SLBS. And then 19, I cooked, I believe it was 19 KCBS events. And then I cooked 11 or 12 SLBS events. And then I had the triple down in New Orleans for Smoking with Smithfield. So I had roughly 35 comps.
Case, if you were to start a team, I could not compete under Case Sweet Heat. I'm just saying. So don't even think about naming a team.
No, I had it was actually it was on the short list, and I went away from that one.
All right, nice guys. If you have questions for Chris Schafer, put them in the comments. Again, he is an established KCBS cook, which 2019 KCBS Invitational champion. What is the Invitational? Is that new, or is that something that has been around for a long time?
Never get invited to.
Well,
We'll never.
Yeah, 2019 was the first year. KCBS decided that they wanted to have their own world championship because, the Royals out there, the Jack and some of the other ones, but the KCBS decided that they wanted to have their own because any sanctioning body, like I can win an SLBS and get an invite to a Royal. So the KCBS put together their world championship. You had to win a GC or an RGC within the calendar year, and I think you had to be ranked somewhere in the I don't know, in the top of categories, that kind of thing, to just get an invite. So there were, I believe, 94 teams down there that had won a GC or RGC. I believe we were the only 4-call team, and we won that one.
Nice. That's so that's a world championship. It's a world champion.
Yes,
right?
sir.
You're a world champion.
Yeah,
Nice.
Actually, later
We rarely
later
get
that night.
How much we
Late
paid
that night, I was sitting in the hotel we're just getting blown up on messages, and I just told my dad, I said, I was like, we could never win another damn comp, but I can still call myself a world championship. We're still world champion, so it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Case, go ahead. You have a question for him, man. I got something on my mind real quick.
Yeah. So as we get ready to go to the American Royal, how what's your approach to the American Royal? Obviously, you say you run the flavors the same. But it's a big event. We're all taking notes here. So is it something that you do anything a little different, knowing the size of that event, or just run your normal recipes like you do across the country?
Well, I always just ran my own stuff, run my, I always say, run what got me there, so try to run my normal profiles. I know a lot of guys will try to swing for the fences, they're going against hundreds of teams and they'll try to do something different that maybe will make them stand out. Maybe they'll turn in legs instead of thighs, or try to turn in 2 different pieces of chicken, or maybe they don't turn in burn ends, but they're going to try to turn in burn ends up to the Royal. So some guys will try to do a little extra to stand out. But I just run my stuff, man. I just do what got me there. It's kind of my theory. And really, I'd say what I do different than other comps is I just make sure I take the best meat. I'm never going to open something on Royal Week and be like, nah, it's good enough, I'll cook that. Like, that's just not happening, So if I'm buying briskets throughout the year, a lot of times I'm trying to eyeball which one could possibly go to the Royal, and hopefully I'm going to the Royal Week with 4 or 5 that I think could get that. So if I cut into one and it's bad, I can pull one out and start trimming. So definitely take your best meat, and my opinion is cook what got you there. So I think that's going to do better than trying to swing for the fences.
So is it a strictly a business trip for you, or you bring any extra things that you wouldn't to a normal contest? Is it any different than the contest you're doing this weekend? Are you preparing? Obviously, you're bringing different meats, but are you going to prepare? What I'm trying to say is it the same thing, or is this a bigger deal, the Royal here for you?
Well, the Royals
on your setup wise.
Yeah, the Royal's a little different for me because it always lands on my daughter's birthday. So like
that's not good.
Yeah, so we
how does that go for?
Well, I get a room at the Great Wolf Lodge up there that's got an indoor pool, and
that's a win. Rob never lets me stay there.
Yeah, so I go up early and I spend a few days with them and go to Legoland and do all that stuff, and then I get into business mode on the weekend and go ahead and cook, But as far as like anything different, man, I just don't. Like it's a normal week to me. I go into every comp, I'm there to win every comp, and I'm pretty business every week. So I just do the same thing.
How many cooks?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. How many cooks a year do you, on average, a non-COVID year or something like that? Is there a certain amount, or is it just a week by week basis? If you don't know me, I cook like twice a year, and then So is it something that you've got it set out as a certain number, certain events, and on average, what do you think that number is?
So I cooked 35, I think, in 19. Last year being a COVID year, I think I cooked 29. I've already cooked 25 this year, so I should have no problem hitting 40. But 40 is kind of a magic number, man. I learned from a good buddy of mine, Brad Leininger, that barbecue is kind of just a math problem, and that once you've done this a while, you're going to have a winning percentage, and it's going to usually stay pretty consistent, and I found over the years I can GC and RGC roughly about 30% of my comps. So if I cook 40, I should GC RGC 12 of those things, and hopefully I can get 10 GCs to max out, so I need to be 40, 45 to get to 10 to 15 GCs and RGCs. So it's kind of just a math problem for me.
So Bill Purvis asked, you doing legs or thighs for the Royal?
Tell them I'm doing 3 of each.
3 of each. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tell me you're going to put 2 half chickens in the box.
I'm doing legs, or not legs. I'm sorry. I'm doing the thighs. In 2019, I got second in chicken, fraction of a point away from perfect score at the Royal. And I got up on the big stage for my thighs. And now I'm addicted to that feeling, man. So it was my first time up on the stage in front of all them people. And so
I know exactly what
that happened again.
I know exactly what it's like to go on the big stage and then take my shirt off.
Yeah,
that we do.
Did they have you hand out an award?
Oh no!
Time out. What are we doing here? What are we one-upping tonight? Good. Who? Listen,
hey man, you're the one that brought a podcast guy on. I'm gonna talk as much trash to you as you did me.
We'll get to that in a second. Hey,
you know what? There's a these. He doesn't know that I've been thrown out of a Steak and Shake in Collinsville, Illinois. And so I know where his parts are. So
hey, nice. Collinsville ain't far from me. I cooked a comp in Collinsville 2 weeks ago.
It's an interesting bar district on a Tuesday night. I can tell you that much.
It's an interesting bar district on any night.
So I was going to ask you about your successes at the Royal. Obviously, was that your biggest one? Second, almost a perfect score. That's awesome.
Yeah,
well,
that was
overall,
the biggest one. Honestly, man, I and this might help your viewers more than anything, is that my first few years there, man, I had some of the worst cooks I'd ever had in my life at the Royal. I was focused on too much, man. I was trying to take it all in, and I was staying up late, and I don't drink, but I still, hang out and see my buddies and stuff. And I was, I just wasn't, I just wasn't as focused as I should have been. I was trying to take in this big event. And I had some of the worst cooks I ever had in my life. 2019, I put a really good cook together. On invitational day, I put together a cook that would, 700 most comps, but when you're cooking against hundreds, it doesn't always fall your way. And the more you realize that, the better you can be. But I got on stage for the chicken. I think I finished 21st or 22nd overall.
That's great.
But it was a hell of a cook, and it was because I was focusing on it and trying to put out a good product.
So have you guys been noticing the influx of Texas teams that have kind of started to chase points in the KCBS points chase?
Man, it's been cool. I see Phil and Bill and Lee, I see those guys around a lot. Some of the guys don't get up my way as often. St. Louis, it's like a lot of times I'm cooking Illinois or even Indiana, that way, to where those guys are going to be in Kansas City, Oklahoma, that kind of stuff. But I spent a little time out in South Carolina cooking some of those events, and I seen all three. I seen Lee and Bill and Phil out there for pretty much every one of those. And I talked to all of them. It seems like they're all trying to make a points chase for maybe a year, maybe more beyond that. And then they're going to maybe settle back into the Texas comps because it's so hard to travel. But it's real cool seeing those guys up here competing and winning.
Yeah, they're doing phenomenally. They're all. I was looking at the points chase. You're sitting fourth right now, which is awesome. And I know did they change the format? There's legs or heats or something going on for this year.
Yeah, so they have actual chases where they do a points chase for essentially kind of like a quarter, and then they then they kind of reset it. I think the people that can't cook 40 competitions and make a point run, they want them to be able to bunch a bunch of a few comps into a time period and see if they can do well in a heat. It gives everybody a little more of a chance. I think everyone's still watching that year-long toy run, but it's fun to see where you shake out on those chases.
Case, go ahead.
No, I'm just glad I'm enjoying the conversation. I'm just glad the top three guys didn't answer the phone. So I'm glad we got the fourth guy. That was good. This has been good conversation. Not gonna lie. Rob was disappointed, but I'm not. I just want everybody to know.
Oh my gosh. No, Chris, you were great. I got a chance to meet you and your dad in Humble when you were down here for that KCBS event.
Yep.
You cook with your dad often? Is that pretty much your partner there for cooking? Oh, I lost him again.
Yeah, man. My team went through a few changes. You got me?
Mm-hmm. We got you.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
All right. So
okay.
Yeah, the dynamic of my team changed significantly over the years. I started out cooking with my buddy, and then when I went off and started Heavy Smoke, my brother-in-law came and cooked with me, and another friend of ours named Danny Vose, who's on a different team now. And my brother-in-law and I cooked for about a year, and then my brother came and cooked with me for a year. And at the end of that year, my brother actually took his own life. And the year after that, my dad and my uncle started to come, and they weren't really on the team. They would just come out and they'd drink some beer and they'd hang out and they could kind of help wherever they were, maybe run a box or help, lift drums, that kind of thing. And then the next year, my brother-in-law, he's got a son that plays super competitive soccer. The kid's just lights out. And he got so busy that he kind of had to step away. And my dad stepped in. And my dad's only missed one comp out of the last 130, 140 comps. So me and my old man, which is great, man, because, before it was just a trip to a comp, was just a trip to a comp. And now it's, 4, 6, 10 hours with my dad, and I really can't trade that time for anything.
Absolutely. That's pretty special, man. That's awesome. And so I bet he knows. Does he help you at all? Does he know? I'm sure after 130, he's got to know your processes and probably can do it himself if he wanted to.
He doesn't touch it, man.
Really?
Honestly, no. Like when I'm injecting meat, my dad will stand there and he'll cover it with foil and throw it in the Cambro. He's not there when I make injections, brines, rubs, none of that stuff. What he does, man, and if you ever cook next to us and pay attention, what he does is invaluable. He watches the pits, make sure the pits are at temp, and he's always making sure that they're at the right temp, and make sure the right smoke's coming out of them, and a lot of times he doesn't know how to fix it, but he knows to let me know. You know what I'm saying? I would say Christmas, yeah, thanks, Lee. But sometimes a pit will go crazy, and he might not know how to fix it, but he knows to let me know so I can get it fixed because I've been running my pits for so long. But if anybody watches us clean up, as soon as I get pork done, my dad shuts the drum down, gets it cooled down, and then while I'm doing this stuff, he'll dump the ashes, he'll get it all cleaned out, and then as soon as brisket comes off, he does the same thing. And so after I turn in brisket, I clean up the inside. He starts handing me tables and drums. We strap it all down, and we're usually cleaned up, ready to roll by about 1:45.
That's never been our specialty.
Can I send Case over there to study your dad over there? And,
yeah. Listen, I'm good at turning the pellet smoker off. I can do that. And so speaking of pits, and so it sounds like have you cooked everything on drums now? Have you always cooked on drums? Is that something that you've transitioned to recently?
So when I started, I was we cooked on Weber Smoky Mountains because they were inexpensive, and we were turn-in strategy. He does. My dad has been known to stand there in front of a table with the box, and the people go, "You can sit this down," and he goes, "No." And then they'll be like, "No, really, sir, you can sit it down now." And he's like, "I'm good."
No.
And he'll just keep standing there and keep standing there. Last weekend, one of the reps was like, "Ma'am, he is waiting to put his box down. You can stop telling him now."
Is he waiting for Case to roll up there with his box?
He's waiting for, I was like, I'm getting on the table with that guy.
He's just waiting for a full table and Case.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's just following you around like a shadow.
Yeah.
But now, so we started on Weber Smoky Mountains, and then we started building our own drums because we were broke. Honestly, that's it, man. I could build a drum for $100 and I could cook on it and I could turn out good food. And the guy on my team that got me started, he bought a big Jack's Old South water smoker, and we cooked on it for a little bit. But when I went off and started my own team, I went back to drums, and I cooked chicken on a Weber Smoky Mountain still, just because. I mean, I don't know how many 180s I got in chicken, but it works, and I'm not going to change it. So I cook 3 meats on my homemade drums, and I cook chicken on a Weber. But everyone keeps asking why I haven't switched to gateways yet. But I built those drums with my brother the year he passed away, and it's real hard to get rid of them.
Go ahead, Casey.
A lot of people come on here and their story is, I started with Smoky Mountain, Weber, and then I'm on my 17th Jimbo at this point, how most of these interviews go. But that's awesome. It's cool that you built. Yeah, and there's a lot of fantastic, but yeah, they're one of those pits, especially when you have a story behind them. But that's neat to hear that you're still running those, kind of a humble, because we've had a lot of people come on and go, well, I started here and 4 Jambos later. So
yeah, and honestly, I'm going to sound like a maniac when I say this, but I own an Outlaw. I think I own 19 or 20 smokers. I own at least 3 gateways, but I still compete on my homemade trash cans because like I said, I built them with my brother, and they're all set up for me. So I have fire baskets, different heights. I got racks, different heights. I've got everything set up for the meat that it cooks, and that drum has only cooked that meat in its history. I've repowder coated them twice. They're due for another powder coat. I take care of them, and they do well by me. So there's no point in switching off of them.
Lee Hickle had a great comment. Chris and his dad have one of the strongest bonds between father and son. Both are amazing people to have as a friend. That's awesome, man. So you're one of the busiest guys out there in barbecue, bro, right now. You have started, for those that don't know, he has started a rub line, Heavy Smoke Barbecue. You've got a white label and a black label. Yep. Tell us about those. I don't know. I don't think you're pretty much, has your reach gotten down here to Texas yet? But tell us about those rubs.
Yeah, I'm in. I talked to Brian Crawford with, I guess that's Lone Star Barbecue.
Lone Star Barbecue. Yep.
Yeah, so he's got my rub down there. There's a couple of places, but I honestly was waiting to take on many stores right now because I was too busy to ship stuff. So I have a distribution company out shipping my stuff that's going to make that process a lot easier on me. But honestly, man, those 2 rubs were just born with us. We started a food truck. And we didn't want to spend so much money on rubs. If we first started, we were buying commercial rubs, and we were trying to mix stuff together, and we were trying to, find something to do. And I was spending tons of money for the food truck. And it went from us doing that to be like, I think I can create something like this. And we started making these rubs. We sent them to a co-packer, and then they made them better. When they came back to us, we were like, man, we should put these in bottles. And then 2019, actually, I practiced all winter with those rubs. I used them tons in the food truck, before that. But I practiced all winter. And the first competition I used my own rubs was at the KCBS Invitational in 19. And we won that world championship with my rubs. So that was the first comp I'd actually used them in, and it worked.
That's pretty strong. And you've also recently opened a restaurant. Is that true? I mean, that's tell us about how that got started.
Yeah, man, we had a food truck for a few years. My best friend, we cooked I was in high school and college. We cooked together in a restaurant. And then I went into like the business world, and he stayed in the kitchens. So he worked, he's a chef of 25 years roughly. And in 2017, we decided that we wanted to get together and do something. And we opened a barbecue food truck under the name Heavy Smoke. And him and my wife left her job, and he left his job, and they ran that food truck full time. I ran the business, set up all the jobs, doing all that while they went and actually did the jobs. And I had a day job. And then when COVID hit, it was really the food truck was kind of taking a beating. We made our living going to businesses and selling lunches, and everybody went to work from home. And so we lost a lot of that business. And I never wanted to leave a good job to start a restaurant. It just seemed dumb to me. I was safe. I made good money, and I didn't want to do it. And then right around the beginning of COVID, I found I was losing my job. And so it was just kind of the perfect storm. It was like, well, let's just open a restaurant during COVID like a bunch of idiots. And so we signed a lease August 1st of last year. We opened up November 6th. I think we've sold out just about every day since.
Wow, awesome.
And so we've just been wildly more busy than I thought we ever could have been. And it's been good. So like you said, I stay busy, man. I run the pits, 3-4 days a week in the restaurant. So I'm basically open to close Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I get there 4:30 in the morning on Thursday and work until about noon, and then I go home and trim and make injections and do all that stuff, and then leave out Friday for comps and compete mostly Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm back on the pits at 4:30 in the morning on Monday.
You ever just look at the barbecue and go, listen, I just don't want to barbecue you today, this weekend?
Yeah, I do that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I go, wait, because, getting everything prepped for a restaurant, I mean, in volume and things like that, and then to turn around and when you finally get a break, what do? Go barbecue some more.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean, just to add insult to injury, I coach my daughter's softball team, so we have practices Thursday night. So I gotta get everything trimmed and injection. I got all that stuff done basically between and when I got to leave for softball practice. And after practice, I go get my trailer and bring it home and load it and get it all done Thursday night. So we stay busy.
In case he also does a podcast, man, and it's very entertaining, man. I got to listen to a couple of your shows. I'm gonna definitely go back and hit them all up. But your interview with Phil Breeden, that was pretty funny. I've only listened to the first 30 minutes, but man, it was really good. How do you man? Tell me. I was telling earlier, it's hard to do this every week, and obviously you're a lot busier than I am. Because
this guy's got me exhausted.
But lining up Case and I schedule and whatnot, and with everything we've got going, I got 2 young children that are involved in baseball, wife and kids, job, all of that. It's hard to do this every week, but I am committed for the next 5 weeks for sure. But how do you find the time to do that? And talk about your podcast, where can they find it, and the name of it, because it's very entertaining.
Yeah, so you'll notice that in the off season we were recording a good amount of shows and try to get some content out there. And when the season kicked up, we really had to slow down. I had a weekend that I didn't compete about a month ago. We recorded 2 shows and put those out. But now we're out of content, so it'll take a little bit to get us back. In the off season, I honestly think I can record a year's worth of stuff and get it up, but we just didn't do it this year.
Case is available, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I'm game. Whenever we want to get on, like I said, we want to talk XFL. We can talk XFL. Yeah.
Actually, I think our podcast just got canceled. I'm sorry.
It's done.
How many times on those Monday and Tuesday are you sitting there in the pit room of the restaurant listening to previous shows of the So Smoking Gooder show, going, one day I'm going to make it and I'm going to be on the show, and then here you are tonight.
Actually, the last one I was listening to while I was working, I was like, man, I remember my first show.
Damn. Hey, but
me and Case are gonna have to battle in person. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, y'all are the same, man. Y'all are the same guy. But
so the show was called All That for 6 Pieces. That started a buddy of mine, John Nesselhoff, who was on my first team. We were building a box. He watched us scrape skin and do all the stuff you do, and we put 6 pieces of chicken in the box, and he just goes, all that for 6 pieces. And we're like, what? And he's like, all that for 6 pieces. And we're like, God damn, you're right. Like, all that for 6 pieces. Like, that's ridiculous. And I always joked that if I changed my team name, it would be all that for 6 pieces. So my buddy Rob Honky with St. Louis Black Iron, we got bored during COVID and we had nothing to do. And he already had another podcast called Stampeding of Cattle, which is a riot if you want to listen to that. And so we already had all the equipment. So I was like, well, let's just do barbecue. And I'm out there enough that I know a lot of these guys. And so it wasn't hard for me to call Brad Leininger or Tim Shear and say, hey man, you guys want to come spend an hour with us, And our goal really was just to sound like a competition. We wanted to sound like guys sitting around a bonfire on a Friday night. And I think we've done a pretty good job of achieving that. We talk a lot about people's history and we take deep dives into, their competition career and that stuff. But I think it truly sounds like some buddies sitting around talking barbecue. And that's what we shoot for.
Well, absolutely. When you're ready to do a deep dive into my competition career, I'll save 5 minutes for you and we can cover it all. So
you could probably get through those 3 comps pretty quick.
Yeah.
2.5. That one I missed to turn in, but
it's a great show, guys. If y'all want to check that out, all that for 6 pieces, it's on all podcast formats. A couple questions. Manuel Moreno, any plans for a class this year?
Yep, I'll do a class this winter, probably December, and I'm actually teaming up with a guy to do one in February. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it yet. Should I break this?
Yes. Yeah, that's what people come to this show for.
That's right. This is the show for breaking news. Just bring it out. Come on, do it.
If
Breaking
I get in trouble,
news.
I'm blaming. If I get in trouble,
That's
I'm
right.
blaming Case.
There you
That's
go.
fine. That's what
I'm
Rob
going
does.
to be doing I'm going to be doing a class in Kansas City at the Casey Grilling Company with Richard Fergola from Fergalicious. So he's going to do 2 meats and I'm going to do 2 meats. And we're going to kind of talk through. We cook on very separate or very different smokers. So we're going to talk about kind of how to do it on both smokers for each category. We're only going to each cook 2, but we'll kind of give an idea of how to adapt what the other person's doing onto our smoker. So it's going to be a real valuable class. And then I'll do one of my own in December. And if that one fills up fast, we'll see if I do another one. But I just really enjoy the classes more than anything. I love teaching people, and I love them getting calls, and I love people texting me and saying, "Hey man, I've never got a rib call in my life, and I won ribs this weekend with your recipe." And that stuff just really fires me up.
No, it's awesome. Hey, so I was listening to one of the podcasts that you were on, and something I had to ask you after I heard it. I was like, "What is this infatuation with gas station food, bro?"
Dude, I love it. I don't know what it is,
dude,
man.
I live my life one corn dog at a time.
Oh yeah, man. Like every trip, I'll take a picture of the roller dog section and send it to Brad Leininger. Be like,
They are fantastic.
Dude, I love gas station food. I know you guys don't have Casey's down there, but if you get them this way, you got to get Casey's pizza. I'll literally eat Casey's breakfast pizza, and then I'll eat their regular pizza. Man, I love it. Yeah, I love gas station food.
So we have this.
About time he said something I completely agree with.
Yes. Yeah, there's these gas stations down here. They were Stripes, now they're 7-Elevens, but they have this Laredo Taco Company, and they have great food in there. And I remember bringing back they had it as a Baja shrimp taco, and I brought it back to my office and my desk, and was like, "What are you eating? That smells good." I was like, "That's a shrimp. Where'd you get it?" Stripes. And she was like, "You bought shrimp from a gas station?" I was like, yeah, when you think about it that way, but yep. It was good. I'm still, but did I die?
I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
Well, the job I had before starting the restaurant. I covered a real large territory. I was in sales, and one of the offices I supported was in Corpus, and I stayed at I guess like the Omni Hotel down there in Corpus, and like right around the corner from there on the way to the office was a gas station. And I went inside. There's just this little old lady rolling like. Dude, it was like breakfast tamales or something. It was something I'd never had in my life, and they were $1 a piece. Dude, if I ate less than 17 of those the couple of days I was there, I mean, I'm probably lying to you. I mean, it was ridiculous.
COVID's got nothing on you, bro. COVID has nothing on
you. Stripes sells corn dogs 2 for $1 or 1 for 75 cents, and I really wanted 3 corn dogs. And so as I'm walking out with 4 corn dogs, my wife looks at me and she's like, "What in the shit why do you have 4 corn dogs?" I was like, "Well, they're 2 for $1. I was like, I didn't want to miss a sale. And then I proceeded to eat 4 delicious corn dogs from a gas station.
I do that. I'll go into a store. I like my orange monsters, and I'll go in, and if it's 2 for $4, I'll buy 4 of them. And then if it's 2 for $3 or whatever, I get 6 of them. And my dad's like, "You need 6 monsters?" I'm like, "No, but it was a good deal." And it's like just so dumb. Like I could have just got 3. Nope, dude got 6.
Nice. So before we let you go, talk any advice for some new Texas teams coming up? Because we got, like I said, an influx of Texas teams coming up for the Royal. You kind of mentioned it. Don't you when you started your first couple, you were just taken back from the whole thing. But that's what happens. We did the same thing. Yeah. You go out there and it's the Royal, right? You see it on Pit Masters when they had their big show from the Royal and whatnot. And it is one of the, it's the top 4. In my opinion, it's probably the one you want to win, right? That's the one I think you get the most prestige from. But any advice for a first timer going up to the Royal?
I would say, first of all, don't be starstruck. Go up to these guys that cook, have cooked 10 years and guys that have won it. Go up to Fred. I know he's a Texas guy, but don't be afraid to go up and walk up and talk to Tuffy or Darren Worth or some of these guys. At the end of the day, we're all just a bunch of idiots that burn meat in parking lots for strangers. And just so happens that they've done it more than you have, but they'll help, man. So don't be afraid to go talk to those guys and get advice. And then, like I said, run what got you there. Just focus on the details, and do what you usually do to win, and you'll be fine. But honestly, though, it's such a cool experience. Definitely take it all in. Just don't let it consume you.
The before we let you go, 40 comps a year, it's a lot of stuff. Is there anybody that you want to give a big thank you for? Anybody that helps you get down the road? Obviously, we talked about family and things like that, but is there any sponsors, brands, anybody out there that's behind you and making it helps make it possible?
I'm a weird guy with sponsors. I don't take on sponsors unless I just really believe in the product. And a lot of times it's I don't even get much out of it. It's just I believe in it. And, my meat sponsor, Cordy Meat in Highland, Illinois, they're just really good dudes and they take care of me. And also, I couldn't do what I do every week without Blues Hog. Blues Hog charcoal, Blues Hog sauce is huge. And a big shout out to the Barbecue League. If you're doing barbecue and you're not part of the Barbecue League, you're doing yourself a giant disservice. You're never going to find a better value than you will in the Barbecue League. It's $100 a year. There's, I guess, 5 tell-all videos on there now. You got a thigh video and a leg video. I got a brisket video. Brad's got a rib and a pork video. If you've never cooked a comp in your life, for $100, you could go run those 4 processes and recipes this weekend and get calls and probably win comps. So big shout out to Brad Leiniger, Tim Shear, those guys with the Barbecue League.
Absolutely. Hey, well, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. We do appreciate it. You are kicking off week 1, and you did it really well. Week 1 of our 5-part series for the leading up to the Royal, and we'll see you there. I'll see you there. Case is going to like a number. Hey, what's your college football team? You got one?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have time for college football. Not gonna lie.
There you go. Oh, Case is a big Nebraska boy.
No,
I don't know how. I don't know how
Nebraska.
or why. I don't know how or why it's there.
I all of a sudden hate Nebraska. So
You would.
Hey, well, thanks again. We're gonna wrap that up. Hey, man, but I appreciate it, and we will see you again at the Royal here in 6 short weeks, brother.
Awesome,
Good
guys.
luck.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Thanks for that.
See y'all.
I appreciate that. There he was, Chris Schafer from Heavy Smoke Barbecue. That was a good little interview, Case. I had fun with that.
Yeah.
I know you did.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, a lot of fun. No, the good backstory, man. It's every time we have somebody that comes on here, you kind of learn something new. I think his story is just remarkable. Family and barbecue, and then coming from the restaurant and battling through COVID and then being very successful all the while. In a different part of the country, so it was good to hear different voice and different viewpoints. I thought it was fantastic.
Burning meat in a parking lot for strangers. He should put that on a shirt. I'm just saying that's what we do. When you break it all down, that's what we do. It's kind of fun to break it down that way.
I'm a little envious about the podcast name. I thought that's actually pretty damn creative. I mean, I was pretty happy with ours, but that's pretty impressive.
Well, you kind of named this one, so I think you should be happy with ours, by the way.
Oh, I am. But that I'm pretty impressed. Creativity wins.
All right. Well, he doesn't take too much in the sponsors, but guess who does? We do.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely, we do. And I want to give a shout out. So we do a little fiscal year Case, August 1st through July 31st. And I haven't got everybody's info, so I have not made the that sponsor reel with shout out to our great sponsors. I haven't done that yet, but I am going to do it live right now. Thank you. We're back. Rec Tech. Thank you very much. Rec Tech is back.
Grill. They got a new grill this week.
They did get a new grill, 1250. They got some new icer coolers on the market. They got a Rec Tech Academy this weekend. They're going to host that this week. It's about the hashtag Rec Tech lifestyle. If you guys are looking in the market for a pellet grill, you can do no better than a Rec Tech grill. I said it. I said it right here.
It sounds like we're an advertisement for Rec Tech grills.
Damn right we are.
Yes, we are, you idiot.
Cosmos Q products. I'm near and dear to Cosmos. Thank you. I am part of Team Cosmo this year. I got them back here. They're a big part of my arsenal, which I will be using this weekend. Case, talk about some Texas pepper jelly.
Yeah, well, my heart was broken a little bit last week because Craig let me know that he sent out ambassador shirts to all the ambassadors, and mine came to the house, and I opened it up, and there was 2 for my daughter, and there was nothing else in there. So I think we know who the actual ambassador is in this household, and come to find out, it's not me. No, Craig. And Craig's got some awesome products. We've got some experimental stuff that he shipped to the house. that we're pretty excited about that'll be coming to market. And yeah, man, it's we all know Texas pepper jelly and Craig sauce is in almost all y'all's trailers, no matter what.
Absolutely. Shout out to Lobo's Den Barbecue watching on YouTube. That's right. We are broadcasting to YouTube. Absolutely. Eureka Heights Brew Company, loves me some Buckle Bunny case, all about the Buckle Bunny. Tailgating season is upon us. We're back. Buckle Bunny all day, every day on Sunday.
Congratulations, our buddy Zach. Zach, he's getting married.
That's right. Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads in Uvalde, Texas. That's going to be in December 2021. We've been there, done that.
That's a fantastic cook-off, fantastic facility, and Texas cooks. It's worth the trip to Uvalde. Great Mexican food. Rob doesn't remember the drive at all because he slept all the way there and all the way back, but I do. It's a great and just a fantastic venue.
Well, my last cook-off was at the same convention center. It was great, as always. There's a great facility, great people that run that event. Happy to have them on board this year for the So Smoking Gooder show. Rick's RV Rental and Repair is back. I just left his shop today. Got a nice AC unit installed finally in the Bullhorn 1 trailer. We got it. I'm going to be nice and cool this weekend in Garrison, Texas. LC Barbecue Products. Thank you, Phil Breeden and Carmen Breeden from LC Barbecue Products. If you haven't tried their products, what are you doing? What are you waiting on? Rawhide, Last Call, Certified. All of their rubs and injections are phenomenal and top notch. How about this guy? Chicken Fried Rubs. Bill Purvis in the comments right now. He's got a new one coming out, and I tried it at the LC barbecue class. Pretty nice. I can't even talk about it. I don't know if I should talk about it.
I think you should talk about it. I don't know. I think you should talk about it. You can't just you can't come here and not talk about it.
We break news on this show, but I don't know that I should do it right now. I'll wait on Bill.
Bill, let us know. Let's break it. Come on, Bill.
Of course, we got Bill.
Bring it on.
Of course, we're still going to do the bull printing wraps and graphics recap. They've been with us from day one.
I posted last night on my personal page, but I had the tailgate trailers, had it at the house doing some things, getting ready for season, and Katie went out. We washed it last year, and I can tell you, man, the wrap on my trailer still looks remarkable. And that thing is now 5 years old, and it sits out in the weather and the storage, and man, it just looks remarkable. So if you're going to wrap anything, just go see Cheeto. Don't waste your money anywhere else.
My wrap's been on since 2012 and still looks phenomenal. I just posted on TikTok. That's right. We are on TikTok. So Smoking Gooder Show on TikTok. Bill just gave me the green light. He has a steak rub coming out, and it is phenomenal. It's really good. So I don't know what that's going to be called. I do like that Texas rib grind name. That's a pretty good name. We also have Texas Oil Dust. Aaron Leslie got a Jack. He's going to the Jack. Aaron, if you need some help, I'll go with you. Bring me along.
Like professional. Do you see that professional photos with the Jack Daniels?
I did.
Dude, I mean, he should win the Jack just for looking intimidating.
Looking sharp as always. Jay Harding and Company, he did this shirt. He did this hat. Did he do that? I don't know, back there behind you. I'm not sure.
He did the flag, baby. He did
the flag.
Yes.
Jason Druin and Wendy Druin from Jay Harding here in Houston. If you guys need anything like that.
Yeah, I talked to Jason. I was back home in Columbus. We were at the water park, and my dad was there. And dude, every time I look up, my dad had another embroidered hat. And I knew where I got it from because I take stuff to Jason all the time, but I've never seen more Dairy Cone stuff in my life. I'm talking fishing shirts. I'm talking long sleeve, dry fit hats. And I'm going, who did this? He goes, Jason. I'm like, nice. First off, I know it's not Jason. He goes, yeah, it was Wendy. So.
Aiming and claiming. What's up, James? Watching on YouTube. We appreciate that as well. We're growing. We're going to try and grow. Well, I'm going to try and grow that YouTube channel.
When Facebook kicks you off.
Exactly. And lastly, we cannot forget about Dustin Stanley over at the barbecue store in Hempstead. Back again. What a great facility. What a great place to have a cook-off. He's got everything you need under the sun as far as a barbecue, rubs, injections, marinades, all of it. Case, you've been there. You've
ships
done
it
well.
insanely fast.
That's
and
right.
so, yes, you can order it on your phone, and there's nobody in the barbecue game that gets stuff turned around and shipped out to you as fast as those guys and his team at the barbecue store.
So, guys, thanks for sponsoring the show. This is going to allow us, and look for some videos from all these people, because I am getting into some video game, Case. I'm experimenting. You've seen some of the video. You've seen some of the nice little posters and flyers. Even Case gave me a compliment saying, "What's going on here? What did we get a marketing department? No, we did not. No, we did not. It's me."
That all, by the way.
I'm going to say you said it. I'm going to say you said it. But I'm sorry. We're going a little late right now, but we do have the second part of our Texas, of the American Royal. We're going to, again, pair an experienced KCBS American Royal vet along with this guy is a first-time person coming up to the Royal. It's John Barton from Barton's Barbecue. What is up, John? How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining the show, man.
Good, guys. How you doing? Case, good to see you.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, man, I'm still tired from listening from all Chris's activities he has every day.
Yeah, that guy, he wakes up, cooks 85 brisket, coaches softball, does chicken thigh prep, and he's on the city council, and I think he's a state senator.
All on Thursdays.
I'm glad I'm past that point in my life.
Absolutely. What you got behind you hanging there?
A couple of San Antonio banners.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, good. That's great. So, John, you told me earlier you're a relatively new cook, and I said people will know you, and it's like, well, I don't know how many people know. So, introduce yourself for everybody out there listening right now.
All right. Well, I'm John Barton, Barton Barbecue, born in Houston, Texas, and a disgruntled Texans fan as well.
Nice.
Yep. My parents moved to Austin when I was probably 2 or 3 years old. So basically raised in Austin, raised my family here, went to school here. I started getting into barbecue through my dad. He had some buddies and they had a team for a while, and they would compete in 3 cook-offs a year. And we'd go out there and hang out, but I didn't participate in the cooking much. But I've been around cooking all my life. And right around 2006, he and my brother-in-law and I decided to get a team together. We had a 250 built by a guy that was local here in Buda, Texas, named Wiley. He put a 250-gallon chamber on a trailer for us, and that was our competition rig. So we'd go out there and we'd cook everything on that one pit. It was more about drinking beer and throwing a party and hoping for the best in the morning when you open the lid of the barbecue pit. But
cool.
Yeah, we did some good every now and then. My dad was the rib guy back then, and a couple of those flags over here are from San Antonio from him hitting ribs. And then, life got busy. My boys got into sports and whatnot. And so that took away from barbecue for a while. And I refound barbecue about 2 years ago. Decided I was ready I had the means and the time to spend to do what it was going to take to actually compete.
Nice. So, I got a chance to meet you last year in New Braunfels.
Right.
Talk about your pit, man. That thing's pretty awesome. Did you have that built, or did you build that yourself?
So I had that built 2 years ago. I originally started on a pit maker using a vault on a trailer, and just wasn't getting the right flavors that I was looking for out of that. It was a great smoker, very efficient. It just wasn't working for me. So contacted Ryan over at Backline and inquired about a competition cart pit. And he had it back, I don't know, it was maybe a 6-month wait at that time. And so we talked price a little bit, and I kind of left it alone. And a couple weeks later, he posted up somebody had changed from a competition pit to a trailer pit, and he had one that was built that just needed the finishing touches and paint, and it'd be ready to go, and it was for sale. So I jumped on that and haven't looked back. So
yeah,
it's a 117-gallon cart pit. It's 3/8-inch walled on the smoke chamber, insulated box, very efficient. It's a cooking machine.
It's a show pit as well. It's a gorgeous. If you guys haven't seen it, it's kart pit, but he's got some big old. I don't know how big them tires are, but man, they look. It looks like a moon buggy pit, man. It's really good.
How big is the pellet hopper on that pit?
It holds 20 pounds.
That's it. Come on. So where'd you cut your teeth in the barbecue world? Are you cooking mainly in Central Texas? You going down to South Texas? What are you doing over there?
Yeah, so I live just south of Austin in Driftwood, and I usually will travel maybe 2-3 hours at the most. I've been down to Uvalde a couple times, Carrizo Springs. Usually try to stay within 2 or 3 hours of the house. I haven't dedicated myself to one sanctioning body. I like to cook CBA, IBCA, LSBS, kind of getting them all figured out. I think once I start, I'm starting to get into some pretty good wins now. And I think once I start getting my flavors set, that I'll probably enter a points chase and, concentrate on one sanctioning body. But right now I'm having a good time going out and, competing in all of them. They're all a little bit different.
You left an acronym out, and we're talking about the Royal as we prep for the Royal. So there's an acronym you didn't include there. So have you cooked KCBS before?
So KCBS is not very prevalent down here. I think there's one in Humble, and otherwise you're going to have to drive up north of Dallas to get into them.
Actually, there's one in Cedar Park in your area. It happens April or May or something like that.
There is. I missed that one this year. So
nice.
But, excited to get up there and the KCBS stuff, excited to be on a little road trip.
So is your first one going to be the Royal?
Yes, sir.
That's a strategy that I know a certain other two guys tried. It's an interesting strategy, and I wish you all the luck in the world.
Yeah. So, and we're going up there to take it in. My feeling is that I'm going to go ahead and get all the starstruck and deer in the headlight stuff out of the way. So next year when I get my invite, then I'll be ready.
Well, you're starting that starstruck. You're starting it right now tonight with me and Kay. So
absolutely.
There you go.
No pressure. I'll be in Norman, Oklahoma. So be relaxed that weekend. So
okay. Shit. All right. I got a chance at 10th.
Hey, I'll take a 10th all day.
All day. Yeah, we take a top 80 and we celebrate it.
Yeah, that's our top finish. This will be our fifth year to compete at the Royal for us. But so talk about that real quick. What's your biggest success so far? In the short 2 years you've been doing this right now.
First, I want to thank you for the VIP lanyards to the private party that you're throwing at the Royal.
Oh, you got it. You got it. You know that comes with some manual labor, but I don't think you have a problem with that.
No problem. Also, I got to mention too, we're going up there under my name, but I've assembled a team going with me. I've got Ryan Newland from Backline, James Pavia from Aim 'em and Claim 'em, and John Segura from 2 Live Q. So we're going to go up there, all first timers. We're going to have a great time. We're going to cook our game and see what happens.
That's a solid crew. James is a good cook. John's been killing it right now. He's hot right now on the CBA circuit, which helps with pork, right? So you've been doing some pork. That's kind of not so much a scary thing for a lot of Texas teams right now, which I think is great. But tell me your approach right now, or what are you cooking up there when you get up there?
So we've actually been getting together every weekend, and we all did our own recipes. We tried them. We had some friends come over and judge and try them, and kind of trying to iron it down to one profile. So we've got that done. And this weekend we're doing our final practice cook on the actual meats we'll be using to see what we think. So
nice.
We've got some great meats. We've got a great little boutique Wagyu sponsor that's throwing in the briskets. So excited to try that. We've talked to a few people who are veterans who have been up there, and it seems that they've told us most of them had the same message. Go up there and cook your game. If you go up there and try to do something different and try to switch things up, your timing is going to be off. It's not going to turn out right. Go do what you know how to do. The only thing that we've adjusted is probably, taking a little bit of the heat out of it. Black pepper in Texas is big. We've heard mixed bags or mixed stories up there that pepper is popular or not. So we've dialed it back a little bit, maybe up the suite, but we're doing what we think we need to do. I guess we'll find out Sunday at 6.
Guys, if you have any questions for John with Barton's Barbecue, put them in the comments. We'll ask him. He is a first-timer going up to the Royal. Been cooking for 2 years. Has had some success, and he's got a team going up there with him. So I'm excited to see how you guys do. There are a lot of Texas teams that are going to be going up there for the very first time, and you just mentioned 3 of you guys going up there, 4 of you guys going up there for the very first time. It is a showcase, right? You go up there and experience the Royal. It's a big time event. There's hundreds of teams out there. I think 500 the first time Case and I went. Maybe it was
549.
549. I think the 2019 we went, there was 400 and something teams. So it is a crapshoot, but just go up there and do your thing. What are your approaches for chicken and brisket? Are you going to go for the burnt ends, or are you even worried about that? Are you just going to do some Texas straight barbecue?
So we decided that we're going to do legs, and we've been practicing on those. For the brisket, we're going to do burnt ends, but it's going to be a game time decision. I think that the consensus is if we nail our cook and our slices are right, then don't put anything else in the box that could jeopardize the grading on that. If our slices need a little bit of help, then we will probably go ahead and throw the burnt ends in.
I can give you one little clue. If you do the sausage category, go into your local meat market, putting sausage on a pit, slicing it, and putting it in the box is probably not the best strategy for sausage. We tried that the year one.
We didn't know. It was sausage, so we literally turned in sausage
in a box, baby.
I could find no guidelines on what was included in that category. If you could do anything with sausage, or if it was
good Lord, sausage, you could do anything.
As long as sausage
you can put some medallions.
Yeah, you can, but as long as sausage is the main ingredient, then you're good. You can make sausage fatties. Fatties. You can do whatever you want as long as it's the main ingredient. Yeah, but we didn't actually score that bad Case when we just put in medallions. That's I think it might.
Shout out to Kaiser's Meat Market in downtown Columbus, Texas. Thanks again.
There you go.
Yeah, I was actually going to do a dessert category until we talked to a seasoned pro on a video conference on Monday night, and he basically talked me out of it. He said, go up there and look at some of the extravagant stuff that's turned in desserts. He said there's top quality chefs. Some people require 3 people to carry their entry to the judging. I was like, yeah, we're not ready for that.
Yeah, Fong did one that was actually bigger than him, but that's actually not all that big to turn in.
Fong needs a crawfish category, gumbo category. No, Fong's had some. I think he walked in vegetables in 2019 or 2018. One of the two. We will have Fong on our show. Week 3 of this 5-part series, we'll have Fong back on. But John, so are y'all doing anything different? Are y'all doing a party or anything like that? Or are you just going up there making a strict business trip type thing, like I asked Chris earlier?
We're going up there to experience it all. We're going to probably take a little barbecue crawl around to some local dives or joints. And no, we're not going to throw a party. We're going to your party.
Absolutely.
We heard that's the one to be at.
It is. Those, yeah, they're over there. Those 2. Nice. We're going for 3. We're going for a 3P. Eddie Lopez, Pigtails, going for the first time. All right. We got another Texas team going for the very first time.
All right, Eddie.
Yeah, so when we went, what was it, 2016, I think, was our very first time Case, and we were very happy with our results the very first time. But it is something that you go out there, and my suggestion to you is to go out there early. We're going to show up Wednesday before noon. We're leaving Houston early morning Wednesday, and we're going to drive straight in. Bill Purvis. First time? Well, I don't believe that. We'll get to. I should have Bill on as a first-time newbie.
Yes, you should.
People will be like, "What? Whatever." Yeah, but we're going up there early. Our first we show up there around noon on Wednesday. Get set up best we can. But it is fun. Some Thursday, people start arriving. You'll see all the teams, the big teams, because my suggestion is to get there a little early. You don't want to be one of the last teams out there because it gets pretty packed. You don't want to be pulling in between two teams and whatnot, because Case and I have a pretty large setup, but we're on a corner, so it's all good. But go in there, and that allows you time to go and, like you said, go out there and meet all the teams, and everybody is friendly out there. Everybody is there to meet new barbecue teams. So don't be afraid to go up there and talk and introduce yourself. And you see even the KCBS judges, they'll come around and they're there for the same thing. This is their vacation. They're out there and spending a week in Kansas City and doing their thing, judging a meat contest. So it's just a lot of time. It's just a lot of fun out there. Everybody's out there to have a good time. Obviously, once the party happens on Friday, the biggest takeaway I had the very first time I went was that it's a big blowout on Friday. And then what happens Saturday, Case?
It's a barbecue business, man. Yeah. It's I think we got geared up, ready to party again, thinking it was like the Houston rodeo, and I was going, where the hell is everybody? Friday's a hell of a time, but they get to the barbecue business for sure on Saturday and Sunday.
Absolutely. So just go out there early, do your thing, go out there, and then come Saturday, it becomes a strict barbecue. Everybody's still there to have a good time, but all the crowds are gone. It's just barbecuers there, and it's to me that's just as fun. So
do not put any hot laps on the track. It's frowned upon. So.
Yeah, that sounds like personal experience.
I cannot confirm or deny.
We may have started a NASCAR. Actually, Tony, if Tony's still in the comments, Tony.
That's Tony Tanachi started in the NASCAR.
Actually, it wasn't even Tony. I don't remember who was in the car, but he was telling Steve Jimenez. I remember. I just wasn't.
I'm dumping everybody out because I wasn't involved.
Lobos Den Barbecue, Ector, first timer.
Nice. It'll be good to see some familiar faces up there. We're actually coming up Wednesday as well.
Good.
So we're going to leave Driftwood early, and I think it's about a 12-hour drive. So we'll probably be up there early evening. So
with the addition of the CBA that we've been around since February of this year, I'm excited to see all the Texas teams going up there because you've done a CBA. I know Ector's done, James has done. So there's a lot of teams that have done some CBA. So it's not as a daunting task. The pork thing was an issue. The only thing that is going to be different is the timing, which CBA does help with that. We do hour turn-ins. Theirs is still 30 minutes. So that's the biggest takeaway you're going to have is to manage that time.
Yep.
And the facility is huge, right, Case? You had a huge.
Yeah, it's pretty massive. And I'm a NASCAR fan, and so when you pull in, I'm familiar with how big Texas Motor Speedway is, but when you're actually pulling into that infield, it's good to get there early and kind of soak it all in. It is one big ass cook-off for sure. But when you first get there and you pull through that tunnel, it's just you feel like you're at the World Series of Barbecue, which you are.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, excited about that feeling. We've got a good spot, actually. I was looking at the team map the other day. We're not too far from turn-in. And you're right. Everybody said, has advised, get all your meats done before the first turn-in. So you don't want to be messing with anything. It's too fast, too hectic.
So you mentioned
your step for a fat
guy. you mentioned y'all been practicing pretty much every weekend for this thing?
Yeah. That's
awesome, man. That's you're ahead of the game on me, but I'm not doing anything different. Like everybody has told you, don't do anything different. Just go out there and do your thing. And I'm hoping to improve on that 80th place. I want to get into that top 20, not win the damn thing, Case. And
that should be the goal, win the damn thing.
We got to go over here too. We got to go over here. Boom. Do that again. Three-peat. John, come on over. Bring James. Bring John. Who's the other guy? Ryan. Yep. Bring Ryan. Because we have a good old time over there at the Space 206. We're in the turn 4 of the track, which is in the northeast corner of the track. That's where we'll be set up. So you're welcome to come on over to the Bullhorn Barbecue tent and check out this three-peat party of the year.
Absolutely. Thank you. You're about 2:00 from where we're sitting, so you're not very far from us.
No, I did. I saw where you guys were on the map. So yeah, you're not far at all. Probably a good little 4-minute walk, 5-minute walk tops. But it's a good time for sure. Case, you got anything you want to add on to that?
Man, have fun, enjoy it. Yeah, it's truly, in my opinion, there's the greatest celebration of barbecue, and even though it's from Texas, and it was neat, and I think what Fred was able to pull off last time with Ryan Deal, first place rib. There's no doubt that there's talented cooks that are here in Texas that can go up there and have some big time success.
Yeah, it's we can't lose on this deal. We're going to go up there just to experience it. We're going to cook our game, but if we get something and we get lucky, then great. But we're going to go and check it out.
So where are you cooking next? What's your next cook?
I have not scheduled anything for August for practicing, and I'm kicking around doing the Danny Dietz or not. I'm not sure if I want to go get everything dirty and have to clean it and then leave the following Wednesday. So that if I do anything, it'll be that one. I've heard that's a great cook-off, and it's got a big purse, and I'd love to go experience it. I'm just not sure if it's the right time to do that.
And it's got some trophies that you'll cherish. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a contest near and dear to our hearts, although we've had zero success there. Zero. Look at Case. Do it again, Case. None. Big zero. But
can't get out of his chair.
That is a great contest. We do fully support the Danny Dietz Cook-Off. That is coming up September 11th weekend. Where is that at, Case? It's in a different.
Buddha Traders Village, I believe. Is that right? No. Renaissance Festival. The Renaissance.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's up by Dallas, I thought.
No. That one's in H-Town.
Yeah, it's if anybody knows where the Danny Dietz Cook-Off is going to be held this year, please put them in the comments.
Tony knows.
Tony knows if Tony's still there. So fully support that event. That's coming up September 11th weekend here in Houston, somewhere near Houston. It's not actually Houston, but absolutely go support that IBCA event if you can. But I understand full-heartedly not cleaning up and then loading it up. Todd Mission, that's going to be at the Renaissance Festival Fairgrounds. Yep.
Gotcha. That's where the first CBA event was that I cooked. Out there.
Same. Yep. Exactly. Same venue. What are you thinking about that CBA?
I really like it. I love the feedback. I love seeing the individual judge scores. And you're right. The whole CBA experience took the scariness of pork out of the equation for competing in KCBS.
Absolutely. And I know IBCA is doing the same thing with their scoring system as far as you're able to see where you line up as well. I'm glad to see that here in Texas because that's long been needed to where we're able to find out where we end up after a contest. Yeah, Renfest area. Thanks you, Louie. Louie, what's up, Louie? Good to see you on the show, bro. Appreciate that. Louie has been to the Royal, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's a
big talk.
Yeah. Louie's been there. There is a big Houston or Texas area. I don't know if you saw that on the map, but I think Dirty Underwear Gang, Holy Smoked, Race Crew, Chicken Fried, LC Barbecue, Extreme Texas Cookers. If I am missing somebody, please forgive me. Where'd you get that shirt from? Mikey Ramirez wants to know.
This was actually a gift from a friend of mine.
What does it mean? I have no idea.
Everybody loves pork rib, Rob.
Case.
I'm not explaining this one. No. No. I get ready to send a kid to Catholic school in the morning. No, sir.
Is the dark side still there? I don't know that they call it the dark side and the quiet side.
They do.
Do they?
You had to tell them
the dark side is there.
Well, we're definitely on the dark side. So that is the northeast side, apparently, because that's where Club Bullhorn has been kind of dormant for the last couple of years, but we will open the doors to Club Bullhorn in September at the American Royal, guys. If you guys want to come check us out, please do. We're in space 206. What's your space number, John?
It is 716, I believe.
716.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds far away. Sounds far away, but I did check you out on the map.
You're far away.
You're basically
you can Uber.
All the way out in the right field.
You can Uber.
Yeah.
You can Uber. There are Kubotas running around the track. No, there's not. No, I think I banned those. I banned those. So anything you want to add before we let you go, brother?
No, thanks for having me on. Looking forward to experiencing the party up there. In case, sorry, I won't be able to meet you up there, but hopefully I'll catch you at a cook-off.
Is there anybody that you need to shout out that helps you get down the road, makes it easier on the wallet?
We've got 5 great sponsors helping us out on this one. It's TexasButchers.com for our meat, Vital Stone Financial, Magna Chef, barbecue gloves. If you haven't checked those out, check them out. Great product.
What are they called?
Say again?
What are they called?
Magna Chef barbecue gloves.
All right.
Greater San Marcos Partnership and Backline Fabrication.
Very cool. Yeah, always a good time to give those guys a shout out because it's not the most inexpensive trip, but it's well worth it.
Yeah, no, we sure appreciate them helping us out and going along with us. So it's definitely makes it easier.
All right, cool. Hey, John, thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate you doing that, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you these last couple of cook-offs. I got to see you over at Phil's class a couple weeks back, so it's very cool. And thanks for doing this. Thanks for kicking off week 1 of this 5-part series. We do appreciate that, and we will see you, if not before then. I'll see you here in about 5 short weeks or 6 short weeks over in Kansas City.
Sounds good, brother. I appreciate you having me on, and good to see you guys.
All right, there he was. Thanks, Bub. There he was, Mr. John Barton from Barton's Barbecue out of Austin, Texas. And I don't know how many cooks are out there in Austin, Texas. I know James is out there as well. That's going to be a good time seeing those boys. I know James is going to be doing some YouTube videos. That's a big deal over with the Aim 'em and Claim 'em. If you guys don't know about them, check them out on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, Case. What's our YouTube channel?
No clue.
So Smoking Gooder Show on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, Case.
Spotify. I know it's on Spotify. I listen to myself and fast forward through Rob's stuff on Spotify. There you go.
We're on all podcast formats on Spotify. This will be put up to podcast here tomorrow. It's getting late. I'll put that up tomorrow on podcast. But Case, man, what you thinking, man? What do you think about this? I'm going to miss you at the Royal this year.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those things. We had this Nebraska-Oklahoma game kind of on the radar. It's been known for like 5 years. It lands on my birthday, and so we had this on the radar that we were going to go to this game, and so it's one of those. It's been 50 years since those two played, number 1 versus number 2. Nebraska will probably take it on the chin pretty good, but it's kind of one of those bucket list items for me to be up in Norman, Oklahoma. And so we're going to miss you guys. Going to miss a lot of the cooks. It's Craig's got some ambassadors in the Kansas City area that, we talk on social media. But that is one event where you really get to see a ton of people and people that you may only see on television. You may only see interact on social media. And I can tell you the, comments early on, they said, go up and talk to those guys. And, I'll never forget our first trip to the Royal. We're in a Holiday Inn. I'm amazed that they had this pancake copy machine. You just hit a button and pancakes came out. You're over there eating your Fruit Loops. And then, literally Jack's Old South team, literally entire team. There was like a dozen of them come and sit down. And it was that was my kind of moment. Like, we're here. And the highlight so far is this pancake copy machine. But I just remember the interaction of those guys and everybody from the guys that do their boxes just talking us through and having conversations. And it's a big event. People want to win, but everybody there is the invitation to conversation is wide open. So don't be hesitant to talk to absolutely anybody when you get up there, because as big as it is, it truly, once you get over the size, it really is just a big, it's just a normal cook-off.
Yeah, so I do remember the joy. It was like Christmas morning when you figured out that pancake machine. That was fun. That was fun. And we got to meet the guys from Jack's Old South. And I remember meeting Blaine Hunter. He actually won the damn thing. He was staying at our hotel that year from Porky Butt's barbecue. Maybe I'll get Blaine on as well. That'd be fun. It's one of the best times in barbecue. Roddy Trevino, Rodstar Barbecue will be there. That's good. So we've got a lot of Texas, of course, Fred Robles, Bill Purvis. I already named a lot of teams that are going to be out there. I'm sure I missed a few Texas teams out there, but I think we're all going out there to win it, man. That's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time.
And I invite, if you're just watching the show and you recognize some of these names, I invite you to hop on a plane. Tickets are probably going back down now, but hop on a plane, fly to Kansas City, get you an Uber and come out to the track. If you enjoy barbecue, I'm willing to bet you know somebody going, and I'm willing to bet somebody won't mind if you lend a hand and just kind of hang out and help out. So if you're still on the fence and you got a weekend open, it's where you don't have to take your team, you don't have to take your pit. You can legitimately go up there. I bet you know somebody that'll let you hang out because it does take some extra hands. There's no doubt, and a lot of us know. I mean, we're one big barbecue family. And if you've been thinking about just making the trip, it's worthwhile. Just book the flight and go.
Case, do you know the IBCA schedule? I know what anything coming up this weekend. I know Kids Unlimited is coming up. Mikey's asking a question about
Kids football season. But yes, Kids Unlimited. I think had to reschedule because we had so much rain in Pearland. That's a fantastic, fantastic event for worthwhile calls. Close here at Houston. They hit on Danny Dietz coming up September 11th, 20-year anniversary, I think, right? 20 years since 9/11. And so that is somehow it's been 20 years, but that's, for the Danny Dietz Foundation to move away from Memorial Weekend, but then to be able to land on September the 11th and everything that foundation stands for. Great event, great people, and just a remarkable trophy. So I know it's tight for a lot of guys that are talking about the Royal, but if you want to do one that's worthwhile, I think it's worth putting on your schedule.
That's right. That's coming up this weekend. I'll be in Garrison, Texas. So if you guys are out there, that's a CBA event. If you want to come out there, Garrison, I know there's still plenty of room out there for you guys. That's going to be this weekend up. It's about a 3-hour north trip of Houston. So I'm excited to do that. It'll be my first cook-off in about a month. So I'm excited to get back on the trail with my new air conditioning. I've never had AC in the Bullhorn 1 trailer, so I am excited about that. It's probably going to be hot as heck, and it's still going to be 85 degrees inside there, but I'll have something blowing on me. That's nice. Anyway, wow. Okay. Stop. Just stop. As soon as I said it, I was like, come on now. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
All right, shout out to
that's how you get kicked off of Facebook.
On that note, I'm gonna bring up sponsor. Thank you, RecTech. Hashtag RecTech Life. Cosmos Q, Texas Pepper Jelly, Eureka Heights, Brew Company, Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads. We got to do that one again, Case. That was fun. Rick's RV Rental and Repair, LC Barbecue, Chicken Fried Rubs, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, Texas Oil Dust, and the Barbecue Store. Don't forget Jay Harding. Guys, we're excited to have you guys on board for us this year. We will come back next weekend. We've already got it lined up. Sterling Smith from Luton Booty Barbecue out of Arizona. He'll be our guest. And, of course, we'll have the Texas newcomer. I didn't even mention him. Stacy Brenneman from Bighorn Cookers. Not Bullhorn. Bighorn Cookers. Stacy Brenneman will be our guest next week. And you're still bowling on Thursday, Case?
Yeah, we had 2 more weeks. I'm willing this team from 26th into the top 10. So we got 2 more weeks of bowling. Little one starts pre-K tomorrow. We had to fill out a questionnaire, like I talked about earlier, of getting ready to send the kid to Catholic school. So prayers for the principal. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we are suddenly sending the kid off to pre-K tomorrow. And then I think you said Evan was going to be a freshman.
Evan is a freshman, yeah.
That's just nuts to me. I don't know. Just trying
Crazy.
to soak it in. So
Jonathan Barton said, I forgot to mention one of our premier sponsors, Uncle Steve Shakes. Thanks, Steve. I don't know what that is, but Case wants it. Has shakes in them.
yeah. Are we talking chocolate shakes? What are we talking about here?
What kind of shakes you talking about right here?
Like strawberry.
All right, guys. Thanks for sticking with us an hour and a half in. We appreciate that. We'll be back next weekend on Wednesday, 8:00 with Sterling Smith from Luton Booty Barbecue and Stacy Brenneman from Big Horn Cookers. If you guys are cooking this weekend, good luck. We will see you guys next week. We appreciate you tuning in. Case, close us out, brother.
Fantastic talk. The Royal is coming. True celebration of barbecue, which means everybody in Barbecue Nation can go celebrate it in California.
All right, that's going to wrap us up. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye.